Hey guys, Hansa here from Pathfinder Tactical. Today we're going to take a look at a bit of a different multi-tool, something that most people don't EDC, but I felt that it was time to show this thing off, so let's take a look. Today we're going to take a look at the 511 LE EMT multi-tool. A little different. Retails for approximately 49 US or 69 Canadian, depending on where you live. It's got a few features. I think there's about 19 tools in this guy specifically. It's included with it is a plastic restraint cutter, an oxygen wrench, a rounded plier tip, a flat plier, magnetic spare bit holder, spring-loaded glass breaker on the bottom here, very handy, a small tanto blade, seatbelt cutter, a pry tip, and a cuff key, as well as a lanyard loop. Let's take a look, shall we? So on the bottom here, you'll see there is a glass breaker option here. So while the tool's closed, you can simply apply that to a window with pressure, and it should break the window. What I do like about this is it opens up very nicely and smoothly, and there's good feedback in it. I have a few Leathermans that don't open very nicely. This is a nice change. When we take a look at the plier tips, you'll see they're a little bit different. Okay, not your average pliers, but they are designed to cut plastic flex cuffs or wires. Okay. As well, we have a number of tools here on the side, so let's take a look at those. First off, we have a very small tanto blade. Okay, this is 3CR13 steel. My understanding is it's not a very good steel, it's not a very premium steel, but you need to take a look at the target audience for this particular multi-tool. This isn't something you're going to go and EDC. If you're just an average Joe with a sheepdog mentality, that's fine and dandy, but your average Leatherman or Swiss Army knife or Gerber tool will do you fine. This is a very specific multi-tool with a very specific target audience. That's why I wanted to show this guy off today. A little bit different. Trying to keep it real on the channel here. We also have this little rod guy here. What this is a double lock for your handcuffs. Since there's a double lock in here, let's assume there's a handcuff key. We also have a magnetic bit driver. Okay, comes out, and the additional bit is stored there on the side, just off of the glass breaker. Okay. We also have a handcuff key. Okay, this is pretty unique. You'd never see this on a multi-tool made by Leatherman or Gerber. Very different. As well, we have a little bit of a flat pry tool there and seatbelt cutter. Not too shabby. Again, it's 3CR13 steel, so you know, it's you're not meant to be prying open doors or cars. This is meant to pry off registration stickers off of cars and more or less used as a scraper, that sort of thing. The seatbelt cutter, I have tested it. It does work very well on seatbelts and child-infant restraints and on a child seat. So some pros and cons about this guy. I like that it's geared towards first responders. That's awesome. And as well, it's got some very unique tools. It's a little different. The cons, those tools are so specific that this isn't going to be something that you're going to want as an everyday driver. You know, if you've got a good collection of Leathermans, or there's a Leatherman or a Mutt or a Gerber or Swiss Army knife that you're really into, this isn't going to replace it. That said, you know, if you want to keep this in your car as an emergency tool, that's not a bad idea, right? You've got the glass breaker, you've got the seatbelt cutter, but it's not going to replace your everyday multi-tool. As well, it's very large when you compare it to you know, any kind of a, again, standard multi-tool from Gerber or Leatherman. It's very wide. Very, very wide. I haven't yet found some kind of holster that this will fit into, so that's something to keep in mind. It does have a pocket clip over here, so that's handy. It does go onto MOLLE in that regard, but again, it's so wide that you can't slip it in behind the MOLLE loops itself. It will sit on the outside of the MOLLE strap. Again, you have the risk of possibly losing it there as well, so keep that in mind. Again, this is the 511 LE EMT. This is Hans here from Pathfinder Tactical. Stay tuned, we have a lot more to show. Thanks.